Hey, this is Carlton Brown Foundation Show. This is a FAU Fame TV production. Hey, I want to come to you today. We're friends of the African group. One people, one voice, and one in love. Human family. Hey, I got my FAU leadership here with me. We are both FAU leadership for FAU Cincinnati. Here in Walnut Hill. This is Brother KASSIA, very wise. He spoke a little bit earlier to me in a conversation. I wish I could have got it on video about unity. But Brother KASSIA, just tell us a little bit about it in your own words, as best you can. But hey, welcome everybody to the Carlton Brown Foundation TV show. Hey, I love you and I miss
Uh, Peace and salutations to the universal family. Um, Unity is very, very, very essential, and I want to ask the Most High, my ancestors, friends, family, for overstanding and come with a solution. We can't ask for forgiveness. Our ancestors, we don't ask for forgiveness. We come with a solution. That's the forgiveness. You know what I'm saying? You know how somebody say, don't say you're sorry if you're going to do it again. So right now, we have to utilize the energy that we have, sorrows and grief and losses, and let that propel you and catalyst you into uniting with your global, galactic, cosmic, universal family that's right here on Earth, in the person of God, as we call God, or Allah, Yah, Jesus. I'm not here to argue about God's ideologies, theology, or none of that. You know, this is a political conversation in the political movement, not that we are politics as the politic world and politicians have been known to us. But we do have to be concerned with uniting around our politics, our body politic, which is a social, economical status that we must win and wage in the war. The whole world is functioning off of this war that was waged, and politics has kept this war going on multiple different levels, while we have just sat in place and content and disconnected, ununified for whatever reason, selfish gains and aggrandizement. As a people, we are great individually and collectively. Now, being united don't mean that I have to be in your face, doing what you do, thinking how you think every single day. But we do have to be in a common agreement from our day-to-day functioning in order to be considered united as a family, communicating. See, I'm getting to learn what unity is and what communicating is. There is no unity without communication. You have to communicate on some form of level via word, sound, telepathy, and we do have telepathic powers which we use all the time. Like, you may be thinking about somebody and then they'll call you. Like, that's telepathy. Carlton called me, hey brother, let's shoot a video. You using phone devices, but hey, I was just thinking that. Telepathy. You know, right now our people is asking for solutions. We don't need to forgive nobody, man. We are the solution to this problem that we're going through. We are. We are. Stop pointing the finger and blaming some other man and they deities, they entities, or what. Stop blaming them. You know what I'm saying? Get right with yourself. Atone with the Creator, your ancestry, and do something. That's what unity is about.
First, I'd like to ask you a question before we go about unity. You spoke to me before about being a part of the Carlton Brown Foundation. You know, I'd like to offer you a position as vice president in our economic commission, racial and digital divide, promote the African Union and what the sixth region is and what we're doing in the African diaspora. That's according to the 10 mandates of the African Union will be funded uh, in any country in the 54 countries of the African Union that are coming in accordance with that mandate. So you be willing to take that on. You could also, everything that we do would have some food salad, streaming, equipment, humanitarian aid, t-shirts and countries, teams set up. We'll do all that. Very skilled at navigating, setting up Africa on TV, do it together. Hey, hangout teams, all that throughout the country. And
That is a very promising proposal, and all I can say with that is if you deem me worthy to be in that seat in your foundation, all I can say is honors and give thanks. And to the best of my ability, I will humble myself to learn, the functions of being a vice president in the Carlton Brown Foundation. You know what I mean? I am also in the process of creating a board of directors for uh, Some Food Sovereign. And we will collaborate with the board of directors in the Carlton Brown Foundation, as well as all other board of directors in the multitude of organizations that we have. And like I said, I will do my best, because let me let you to understand that a president and vice president, we are we are really just trustees
yes,
over the benefits and the assets of any organization that we are helping to oversee and to move forward in a given direction, be it this movement of unifying Africans in the African region and in the diaspora, which is the sixth region. That's our agenda. So no matter what our business name, organization, skill set, what we actually do, our agenda, we have a united agenda. And that is to unite. All the things that we do. Unite. If you are president, you Aboriginal, indigenous, you are part of all of this. I should feel no way that if I can give to my brother and sister. And that's what we try to practice here in Cincinnati, Ohio. We practice love and unity. Actions. Selflessness lined up with self-interest. Everybody has selfish tendencies. Everybody do. This ain't pointing a finger. We're not trying to prove who better than anybody. We're not competing. We are providing solutions. I'm not perfect, but I am a doer. I am an activist. You feel what I'm saying? For truth and rights. I have erred, and I know why I have erred. I have been sick, demented, confused, broke down, more than lazy. You feel what I'm saying? And I understand why. Because there was things, conditions set up that if I was a part of that situation, then I had no other choice to become a product of that situation or society. We are products of the miseducation, the schooling system, the banking system. The whole political structure is set up for us to fail. Now, what about those that make it? Okay, they wasn't in the type of setting or environment or affected, because remember, like, this is like a disease. You feel what I'm saying? We got internal diseases, but we got external diseases too, meaning the diseases in the world, the cancers that's right in your face. In this computer, they're viruses. Walking around you is people that are viruses. And the virus, what does it do? It try to discombobulate you, disconnect you from your whole being. We are parts, fragments of a whole being, which is a whole universe, a whole mass of infinite energy. in many forms, in many bodies. A planet is a body, the sun is a body, the moon is a body, Venus, Jupiter, Mars, Earth, they're all bodies that are atoms. We are the descendants of 7 of 1,000,000,008,000,000. This is the number of the Almighty. Once upon a time, still is. So we are transcending to connect with our Ema, our mother, with our Abba, our father. You know, the primordial force that gave us life and brought us to this point. I'm here, KASSIA Selassie, Kwaski Isai, of Sun Fu Sovereign, in alignment and yet another joint venture with the Carlton Brown Foundation, who is an advocate and member of the FAU, which is the AU, which is the succession of the OAU, which was written into existence by His Imperial Majesty, Haile Selassie I, which I am also a student and a descendant of that ancestor. So the spirit of His Majesty, or the spirit of the Lord, because He is the Lord of Lords and the King of Kings. Just like I'm a Lord, it's like my brother is a Lord and is a king. We are nobles. We are royal diplomats of time of ancient. We are foreign to this new age of rulership. We come from an ancient rulership, which is governed by being connected with the planets and the stars and the minerals of the earth. The elements, we are the matter, and we are elemental compositions in matter, in form of flesh. This flesh can absolutely absorb the sun. I like being united with the rays of the sun. I like being united with fresh air and clean water. I like being united with other like-minded beings. Now, all of my people are disconnected on so many different levels, mentally, spiritually, physically, via the foods that we eat, chemical warfare, you know. So we have to have solutions, not keep talking about the problems. The solutions that'll free us up on all these different levels that we're disconnected and bonded in. You know, we have to discharge, the illusion and connect with the reality. The reality is you already free, always, each and every day. You free to do anything you want to do. You may choose to get up and go to a 9 to 5. You may choose to go up and go to university, a few universities. You may choose to be a mother, a father, an electrician, a carpenter, an artist, a rapper. You may choose to work at McDonald's and Burger King. I mean, those are all choices. And people make choices from their either limited or unlimited source of knowledge and intelligence. If you are a yogi or a person that practices spirituality, tune in with prayers and rituals and rites, you have access to what? Infinite intelligence. That's what we call God. God is the infinite source of all things. You don't have a clue of what intelligence it created this whole planet. How could it just be inside of one man? It's inside of all of us. One man from time to time may come to remind us that it's all of us collectively that make up this whole scheme. And we have to govern this thing in peace. It's called international morality and collective security. International do good to every person you come in contact with to the best of your ability and capacity.
Yes, sir. I agree 1,000,000%. Right? Because, me myself, I was telling him a story about unity and how I started to get a glimpse and some understanding about, actually what was unity. You know what I mean? I mean, how could I take unity and see it in a way where I can start to use it in my actions? So the things that it talks about doing in practice become a way of life. Check this out. I went to Atlanta. You know, I was at a very bad storm in my life. You know, it got to a point in my life where it was getting worse and worse, just the storms. You know, the decisions I was making wasn't nothing working out the way that I thought that it might work out. And so I went to Atlanta, and I was paying rent at this facility, and I used to go out there and sit. There's some gate in, and trees out there. I could go out there and sit down. And in Atlanta, they got these beautiful trees, you know, very, very beautiful, beautiful trees. And they bloom white flowers. And you know, I went out there for about 3 days, you know, and I just kept on looking at the tree. I just kept looking at it. Absolutely beautiful. And I was like, wow. And uh, I thought for 3 days, and I found out that the only, about a week, and I said, the only thing that tree does is the next right thing in front of it. And uh, whatever it needs will be provided for it because it's not trying to pay a bill. It's not worrying about where it's going to get funds to put food on the table. You know, all it does is the next right thing in front of it, and it gets to exist. And it's absolute and perfect. And I said, if I model my life like that tree, what will happen to it? Not on the outside, but on the inside. You know, right here and right here. And uh, today you're looking at the result. And I'm still working on it because a wise guy told me at a My Brother's Keeper event he performed. And he told me in the scriptures he read for me to pick up my sword, to pick up my shield, and put on the breastplate of salvation and put some action on it. Because see, I could sit on the couch for 1,000 years, 1,000 years. And if I want something out of the refrigerator to drink, I can sit there for 1,000 years and it's not going to get up and come out of my mouth. I have to get up, walk in there, open the door, and put some action on it, and it's going to manifest. And that's what it's going to do with anything in your life. Because you are a God, you are infinite. Anything you put action behind will manifest. All you got to do is ask anything. Anything they do, they good at it. And you say, wow. Hey, this is the Carlton Brown Foundation. Go to www.faumchamber.org. Also, go to www.faumprime.weebly.com. And everyone have the most beautiful and excellent day.